ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर। जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा। अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी। कुमति निवारि सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुभेशा। कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे। कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गणी अति चातुर। राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए। श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सब भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे। अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा। नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जब कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते। कवि कोविद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा। राम मिलाय राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना। लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु। लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका बलि मुख माहि। जलधि लागी गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते। सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे। होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सवारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु सत्य के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, असपर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुमरे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाय, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाय। और देवता चित्तन धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ करे कोई, छूटहि बंदी महा सुख होय। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्ध साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूरति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक, तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक, तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। भक्ति विवश ये प्रेम पुजारन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। भक्ति विवश ये प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, बरसाने से बुलाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, सेवा को नित नेम हमारा। साध कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, वो भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। साध कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, की आप हमारी और निहारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। In the times of trial, right? Right now, these are the times of trial, right? But for many of us, in fact, for all of us, there is a crisis which is happening, the epidemic, the pandemic, which nobody had ever foreseen. So, in this time of trial, even if we seek from God, like many people are turning towards meditation, they are turning towards prayers, they are turning towards chanting, they are turning towards so many things, right? To ask from God. Many people are asking God to heal the earth, heal the patients, take care of the patients, take away the coronavirus. So many things are being asked. So let's today pray to God again. We'll also raise our hands, but to ask for strength. हे प्रभु शक्ति दे कि मन ना डोले, हम कमजोर ना हो. शक्ति. Let's ask for strength. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे. दूर अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे. हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे. जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे. बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण. हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण. फूल खुशियों के बाटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन. सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन. अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम चले नेक रस्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। विश्वास किस पे कमजोर होना? विश्वास प्रभु पे कमजोर होना। कहा जाता है ना, इट इज ऑलवेज सेड, देयर इज अ वेरी गुड सेइंग कि सुख पे सुमिरन दुख पे सुमिरन सब करे, सुख पे करे ना कोई, जो सुख में सुमिरन करे तो दुख काहे को होई। And again I am repeating, it does not mean that if you pray in the times when everything is all right and in your favor, tragedies won't come, mishaps won't happen. Nobody is claiming that. But the true meaning of this stanza, this verse can be understood today. A person who prays when everything is in their favor, as I always used to say, now what is stopping you from coming? What is stopping you from remembering the Lord? You have everything that the Lord could give. An amazing house, an amazing family, all that you can eat, all that you can spend. Yet, is it too much to ask to just sit down for 1.5 hours and just listen to the glories of the Lord? Is it too much to ask? At that time, we would say that we do not have time. There is so much we have to do as householders, right? We have to go here, we have to take care of our children, we have to attend meetings, we have to have social obligations. It is very difficult to set aside 1.5 hour or 2 hours for Hari Katha or Hari Chintan. But you know what happens? At those times, when there is no natural calamity, no disaster, and our hearts are happy, at that time, if we chant the Lord's name, it gives us strength to deal with those times when things are not in our favor, like today. Now, when I see around, when I look around, there are posts going around, there are write-ups, there are sessions which are being conducted to help the people who are anxious, who are fearful, who are going into depression because of this kind of a situation which is all around us. Now, these people who are anxious, who are scared, who are going into depression, who need counseling, are seeking help in the time of crisis. Right? There is nothing wrong in it to seek help in the time of crisis. And there are many who are giving help in this time of crisis in this form also, right? To uplift people's morale and spirit. But we have to try and understand that if we had strengthened ourselves by taking the name of the Lord, and if we had established ourselves in faith at that time, when everything was pink and rosy, at this time of calamity, we could have helped other people, isn't it? We could have stood like a rock. We could have asked people what we can do for you instead of asking them what you can do for us to take us out from this calamity. See, Hari Katha does not do anything much. It gives you strength to deal with the times of upheaval in a rational and practical manner. When we have abundance, right? When we have so much with us, it is easy to share, as we said the last session also. But when there is a crisis, we do not want to share, we want to hoard. All we can think about is ourselves, our well-being, what will happen to us. We are not able to take a step forward and think about how we can serve. इसमें बोला है ना, हम ना सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अब अर्पण. In this situation, The call is not to see what we can do for ourselves or what people are doing for us or what government is giving us or what the authorities are doing to help us. The question that should come to each and every mind is what we can do to help the authorities, what we can do to serve the nation, what we can do for the poor, what we can do in this time of calamity. And we might say, right, that we are so trivial. We are not Mahindra and Mahindra, or we are not those organizations, like we are not Tata Birla, L&T. What can we do? ये गलत सोच है. Each and every person in their own way can contribute in the situation of crisis. अरे भाई अब नहीं करोगे तो कब करोगे? If you don't do it today, if you don't serve today, if you don't stand up today, all your prayers and all the bhajan kirtan, all the Vishnu Sahasranam jap, whatever Hare Krishna jap that you have been doing is futile. Mat karo, waste of time and energy when it cannot prepare you to serve when there is need. Prayers make us like God, right? Prayers make us realize, when we keep chanting the name of the Lord, we realize that there is no difference between me and my Lord. प्रभु के सारे गुण मेरे में ही है. प्रभु का सबसे बड़ा गुण, the most important characteristic of the Lord is compassion. What is compassion? It is very important to reanalyze the definition of compassion today. Is compassion just sitting in your houses and talking to each other on phone about, oh, I'm feeling so bad about what is happening in this world, so many people are going to suffer, look at what Italy is going through, oh my God, what is Spain going through, oh my God, I'm so depressed, I do not know what to do, it makes me want to cry. Is that compassion? No, that is just wasting your time and energy. That is not compassion. That is just getting engaged. It is a new way to get engaged, right? This is the hot topic which everybody wants to talk about. So now you're getting so bored at home, you have nothing to do. I'm sure you have a lot to do with the nannies not there and the children at home, but still you still have time, right? So to fill your time, you are just talking about the current topic. Is that compassion? No, that is not compassion. And it is another way to keep yourself busy. Then what is compassion? Compassion is when you feel that something is going wrong, when you feel there is sadness and agony in this world, and you add action to it. That is compassion. When you feel there is a need, people are suffering, and you put action to it, and you say, what can I do in my own little way to help others and help make the situation a little better? That is compassion. So are you compassionate? Ask yourself this question. Are you compassionate? Am I compassionate? What am I doing beyond those 4 or 5 people in my house whom I am serving? And you'll say, what can I do? Of course you can do a lot. There must be so many people who have touched your lives, right? Not current. Your servants, your cooks, your ex-servants, your ex-cooks, your ex-drivers, all the people who had come in your life at some point in time which you might think need your help. Sit down and make a list of those people who might need your help in cash or kind. Sit down. If one person takes responsibility of the people who are immediately around him, that absorbs the burden, isn't it? In some our little way, whatever we can serve, can't we? Sitting at home, if we can lessen the burden in the environment, we can say, oh my God, so much of water is being used, additional water is being used because we are washing our hands again and again, isn't it? So can I reduce the consumption of water somehow? Probably instead of taking bath with shower, I can use a bucket and limit my usage of water. Again, you're contributing, right? You're easing the burden. Look out of your window. You do not have to step out. The gardeners, the people, the cleaners, ask them, Can I help you in any way? Do you need any help? Security guards, can I help you in any way? Do you need any help? Call back home. Ask your parents, the people around you, the needy, the help, those people, do they need any help? Can I send something for them? Be alert. Be giving in this situation. What? Get over the self-pity, self-agony and this thing that क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, अरे क्या हो रहा है, जो हो रहा है वो हो रहा है. This is the situation and it is going to stay for a while. Assume that this is going to stay. Right? So, in this situation, what can you do? How can you be a part of the solution and not the problem? Don't magnify the problem. We all know the problem. We all know the solution of social distancing and all. Many are following, many are not. That's a different topic altogether. But we all can definitely contribute. We have family members who are doctors. We have family members who are in the government services. We have family members who are in the front line right now. Call them. Tell me, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? How can I serve? How can I help? अरे भाई, get out of this cocoon of self-pity and act. Then you are compassionate. What is the point of all this scriptural knowledge when you are not implementing it today? I think every thought today should be directed towards how I can be a part of the solution and not the problem. And when we look at Ramji, we are doing Ramji, isn't it? We are in the 9th book of Shrimad Bhagwat Mahapuran. And we have reached a stage where we are soon going to reach the 10th book, which is Krishna Katha. So before Krishna Katha, they are talking about a lot of avatars. So one of the avatar is Ramji. And when you start talking about Ramji, it is very difficult to just quickly cross over because he has so much to teach us. In today's situation also, Ramji has so much to teach. He tells us how to behave when situations are adverse. He tells us how to be composed and calm when situations are not in your favor. He tells you how to be and how to behave when things are not in your control. He was also living in an uncontrollable environment, isn't it? But how did he take the situation in his stride, and even in his misery and agony which he had spent in the jungle, 14 years in the jungle, he himself was miserable. He himself did not know what to do. He was a prince and now he was walking around without any slippers or any footwear, with his legs being pierced by thorns. And even in those times of trial, look at Ramji. Look at Ramji's attitude. Once, Ramji was lying down and Lakshmanji and Sitaji were pressing his feet. And at that time, Sita and Lakshmanji saw thorns in Ramji's feet, So Lakshmanji and Sitaji reached forward to remove the thorns from his feet. He said, No. Don't take away the thorns from my feet. Don't throw them away. Lakshmanji and Sitaji said, what kind of a behavior is this? They are piercing you. Next tomorrow when you walk, they are going to go deeper into your skin. Look at how much blood has come out of your feet, Ramji bhaiya. Please let us remove it. But Ramji said, Nahi. They have taken refuge in me. Even if a thorn takes refuge in me, I cannot throw it away. This thorn has taken refuge in me. How can I throw it away? Such is the character of my God. If anybody takes refuge, शरणागति गति पर नहीं, right? कि जब प्रभु की शरणागति में कोई आ गया, so the Lord does not throw him away. He does the best he can, to the best of his ability, to protect that person or that thing. And in this case, the thorns. When our Prabhu Ram, about whom we have been reading, in his situation, when he is in such an adverse situation, his kingdom has been taken away. He is not allowed to eat certain kinds of food. He is not allowed to visit any villages. He's sleeping on hard surfaces. He's walking barefoot with thorns and pebbles piercing his feet. Yet, he does not leave his true nature of compassion and love. Then how are we forgetting our true nature of compassion and love? You might say, no, I am compassionate. I am trying to do the best I can. Ask yourselves this question again. Is it actually the best you can do in this situation? We have to be honest to ourselves. Am I actually doing as much as I can? Or am I just saying, oh, I'm doing my best and just leaving it to that? So when Ramji, even during his times of trial, did not leave his true nature of love and compassion, his true nature of giving. When Kevat came, right, the boatman who took him from one side to the other, Ramji had nothing on him to give. Kuch bhi nahi tha. He was stripped, right? He left everything in Ayodhya and then he came. And when the Kevat helped him cross the river and got to the other side, Ramji had tears in his eyes. He said, oh my God, he has served me. He has helped me cross the river. And from one bank to the other he got me, but I have nothing to give him. And when Sita ji saw those tears in Ramji's eyes, Ramji did not have to say anything to Sita. Immediately she removed her ring and she gave it to Ramji. And she said, Ramji, give it to Kevat. You want to give him something, right? Even when he had nothing, the thought of giving came first to his mind. The only thing, Sita ji removed the ring, mudrika nikal ke di, bola ki please give it to Kevat. And Ramji said, Kevat, tumhara, this is your job. You earn a living by taking people from one bag to another. Please take this. This is the money this is the ring which I am giving you in return to your service. Kevat said, no. How can I take anything from you, my Lord Ram? I know in what situation you yourself are in. But Ramji said, no, don't worry about me. If you think about me and my situation, how are you going to feed your children and your family? This is your livelihood. Please take this ring. And the discussion, the beautiful conversation that happened between Ramji and Kevatji is another topic of discussion. We'll discuss it sometimes else. But even in that situation, the Kevat did not want to take from Ramji. And Ramji desperately wanted to give something because he knew that how will he run his livelihood if he keeps working without taking any money. Again, Ramji's situation was not normal, right? It was a big calamity on him. But still, he thought about Kevat. He thought about his family. He thought about what I can give and what I can do so that his livelihood does not get affected. Can't we also think like Ramji? Can't we think of all the people, directly or indirectly, who might need our help in the form of finances, so that, because so many people are losing their livelihoods right now. In and around us also, in Dubai also, you will see this happening. Are you up to standing up and saying, no, I'll continue to give? How will you earn a living? Many are doing, many are not. Today is the time when we have to follow Ramji's example of giving even when he was not certain of what was going to happen to him next, even when we are not certain of what is going to happen to us next. And see, this mudrika, it was very precious. This ring which Ramji was going to give to Kevat, and Kevat did not take it. At that time, Ramji kept the ring with him by chance. And this very ring was given to Hanumanji when he crossed the ocean to go and look for Sita Maiya. And this very ring acted as a proof that yes, Hanumanji was Ram's Doot, he was Ram's messenger. And this very ring convinced Sita that Hanumanji was Ram Doot Hanuman. So a very simple moral comes out of it. Whatever you give, whatever you have, even if you have an intention to give, it will never be futile. It will benefit you only. It will benefit you only. Today is not the time to close our fist and close our hands. It is time to open our hands and give. This is my favorite story and I can't resist. The story of the hummingbird. There was a big jungle and there was lots of animals who lived in this jungle. Elephants and orangutans and giraffes and wolves and lions and monkeys, and this jungle was full of strong and mighty animals, and of course small animals and small birds like the hummingbird also. It just so happened that one day this jungle caught fire and it started burning. This forest caught fire and it started burning. There was fire everywhere around the forest. It was burning and burning, and all the animals came out and they stood in the corner near the river. They were just standing still and looking at the fire go bigger and bigger and bigger, engulfing the entire forest. They stood there motionless, just looking, when they suddenly saw that a blue hummingbird was going to the river and rushing into the fire and coming back to the river, taking a drop of water, how much water could fill her beak, and rushing into the fire, coming back to the river, taking the water, rushing back to the forest and dropping it and coming back and dropping it and coming back and going to the forest. She went on doing it relentlessly when a big elephant, he put his trunk and said, "What are you doing?" The bird said, "I don't have time, let me go." And she went back and dropped the water and came back and picked some water and dropped the water into the food. And the elephant again asked, "What are you doing? You are so small. Your beak is so small. The amount of water that you carry is hardly enough to wipe this fire away. What are you doing?" She looked at all the animals who were standing in the corner. The elephant, who had a bigger trunk, the orangutans, who could carry a lot of water, the giraffes, who had more strength than them, standing helplessly in the corner, saying, "What can we do? The fire is so big, it is beyond our means." And the small little hummingbird, she said, "Listen, the fire is very big. I am very small. But listen, I am doing the best I can." And that is the message which we should all take with us. This little hummingbird said, "The fire is very big. And my beak very small. The water I carry might not be sufficient. But I am doing the best I can. And this is what we should do. All of us should stand up and try to do the best we can. That is all that is needed. And Ramji, Lord Krishna, they all teach this very lesson, right? When Ramji was a small little boy, very small, not more than 13 or 14, and at that time Vishwamitra walked in and he said, "Raja Dashrath, I want 2 sons of yours," right? 2 sons. Raja Dashrath said, "My sons, not 2 sons, I want Ram." Raja Dashrath said, "Mera Ram bahut chota hai. He is so small. He cannot fight against all those demons. Subhahu, Tadka, I will give you my entire army. I'll give you this. I will come. My Ram is too small. His strength, he does not have the strength. He does not have the means. He's just a little boy and he has just come back home. Vishwamitra said, no, I want Ram only. Did Ramji go away inside? He did not have to go and fight a battle which was not even his. Raja Dashrath could have said no. Ramji could have denied. Ki, why should I go? See, I am in the comfort of my palace, right? Kanak Bhavan hai. I am the son of Raja Dashrath. I am so comfortably protected by all the soldiers around me. Main jabardasti jaake, why should I go and fight death and call death upon me? But no. Ramji, neither Dashrathji nor Ramji refused. Two small little boys, Ramji and Lakshmanji, went with Vishwamitraji to protect their yagna, to protect their prayers, to protect them from Tadka, Subhahu and Marich. They left the comfort of their own house, not knowing what would happen. Did he know that he would die or live? Abhi we know, in retrospect, it was okay and he fought so bravely and he was able to make it and so happened. But at that time, there was always, anything could have happened, right? But he left. He left to serve the humankind. He left to serve the sages. He left to serve for the betterment of the world. He was not a coward. That is why today we worship Ramji. And we say, Ek Ram Naam has so much strength that everything else is not needed in front of his name. Such was Ramji. We worship his qualities. We keep chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. We keep chanting 1,000 names of the Lord. Do we even display one quality of theirs? Over here, when Ramji and Lakshman left, were their family in trouble or were there attack on their own families? No. They were distant from the problem. But they went and they served because it was the need of the time, it was the need of the sages, it was the need of a better future. They did not think about themselves. They did not think that, probably the sages must have done some bad karma and hence they have to die and they have to be killed by the demons. So what can I do in it? They are facing their own karmas and so I will sit at home. You would have been worshipping Ramji or we would have been talking about Ramayana. No. See, whatever is happening in this world is not in our control. Everybody is getting what they deserve, right? Agreed. Everything. We all say, right? Whatever is happening is as per God's will. Everybody is getting what they actually deserve. All that is happening is in the Lord's control. But that does not mean that we become inert and we don't help. We'll say that everything is in Lord's control. Hum karte bhi nahi hai. That is a wrong notion. Whatever is happening is happening. Whatever is the situation is the situation. You have to accept the situation but do your bit. Spirituality does not teach you that this is the situation, so we will accept it. Accept it the way it is and stay put. Though this is the situation, I'm not going to ask the Lord to change the situation. I'm not going to ask the Lord to make it better. I'm not going to ask the Lord to immune me from the situation. Lord, this is the situation. I'll remain calm, composed and sthit and I will go and serve. I will go and serve. I will go and help. I will do whatever I can to ease the situation for the others. But what we do is we question the situation. We question the Lord. We pray to the Lord to solve the problem. Nothing wrong in it. But are prayers enough? Then the doctors should stay home and pray. The army should stay home and pray. Everybody, if prayers are enough in this situation, I suggest that everybody leave whatever they are doing and they should just sit down and pray. फिर तो we have not understood why do we pray. अरे prayer should be an integral part of your being and existence. श्वास श्वास में राम होना चाहिए, कण कण में राम है. मेरे मन में तो राम है. I do not have to sit in a mandir and join my hands and say, yes, now I am praying, hence this is what. No. You should have so much of practice that every breath chants the name of Lord and your hands serve. यही तो प्रॉब्लम है ना. When the situations are good, nobody wants to pray, and when situations are adverse, everybody wants to pray. And we कहते हैं ना, there is a quote which is going around like that, हरो संकट भारी और सब, हरो बम संकट भारी, हनुमान जी का quote and all that. प्रभु संकट नहीं हरते. See, Lord is also a witness. He is, whatever is happening, will happen. Right? He only gives you strength to face the situation in a dignified manner. Everybody is in the same situation today, but everybody is reacting in a different way. A person who is spiritually connected to the Lord, his mannerisms in this situation are going to reveal to you what Lord's name does. Prayers are to make you ready for these calamities. We say, right, when the times are good, pray, so that when the times are bad, you don't stray. You're able to uphold to your dharma. You're able to do what is right. You're able to serve with a calm mind. For all that, you should have practiced and you should have prayed to the Lord when times were in your favor. They always say, right, when you pray, when you do your prayers and when you're serving the Lord or when you're chanting, when you're doing the prayers at a good time, right, when everything is in your favor, you elevate. You spiritually elevate, because at that time you're praying and you're not asking for anything. You're just praying for the love of God. But suppose you are in a pit, right? You're in a pit, and at that time you suddenly think, oh my God. And we say, right, many people say that when you are in a pit, the prayers are so intense. Okay, when you are in a pit and you're praying, okay, the Lord might help. He will help probably. He'll bring you out of the pit, but there will not be any elevation, spiritual liberation or spiritual growth that will happen. Because you have prayed for a vested interest. You have traded with the Lord. You did not pray for the love of Lord. So there won't be any additional strength that is added to you at this time. Yet saying all this, I think, yes, something is better than nothing. पूजा ही कर लो दुनिया के लिए, ठीक है, और कुछ नहीं होता आपसे तो. But this is the time to act. When Ramji, okay, let's go back, because the topic for today was, I wanted to discuss with you before that how Ram, when Hanumanji approached Ramji in Kishkinda Kand, how he talked to Ramji and how he placed his words. But today, I would like to talk to you about something very different. When Ramji was on his way after meeting Shabrima, which we had discussed in the last class, he was walking towards, he crossed the Pampa river and he was walking toward Rishimukh Parvat, and because she said that there is Sugriv and he will help you, he was looking for Sugriv. At that time, Sugriv saw Ramji, right? He saw Ram and Lakshman, two brothers, were dressed as sadhus but had a bow and arrow in their arms. This depiction is also very important. Okay, they were dressed as sadhus, but they had bow and arrow. They were carrying bow and arrow. So what does it say? Sadhus are only supposed to sit and pray and chant and all. They don't act. No, they are so stable that in this situation of crisis, they are able to act. Ramji and Lakshmanji were so stable that in spite of all the problems they were going through, in spite of Sita Haran also after that happened, they kept serving the humankind. They kept destroying demons. They kept helping everybody that came their way. Their own problem did not drown them. Not only were they crossing the ocean, They were so strong that they could help other people also cross the ocean. So when they saw, Sugriv saw Ram and Lakshman, so he got scared. Sugriv was scared, right? Sugriv was very fearful. But the one good thing that Sugrivji did was he kept Hanumanji with him. Hanumanji was there. And so he looked at Hanumanji and said, look at these two people. Have they come to kill me? And if they have come to kill me, just let me know. I'll run away. Please inform me. And you don't go like this. Disguise yourself and go and find out who these two are. Have they been sent by Bali? Are they going to kill me? What is the motive of them being here? They look like sages, but why do they have bow and arrow in their hands? So Hanumanji disguised himself because of what Sugriv had said, and he went down. Right? He went down to meet Ram and Lakshman. Now a scenario, the thought that came to my mind today was, had Hanumanji, right? Hanumanji was a devotee. All he wanted to do was meet Ramji. Remember, we always keep saying, he asked his mother, "Ma Ram kab aayege? Ma Ram kab aayege? Ma Ram kab aayege?" And Ma said, "प्रयत्न करो, प्रार्थना करो और फिर प्रतीक्षा करो बेटे, राम आएंगे जब समय होगा, when the time is right, when you're ready to meet him, he will come." Now, had Hanumanji not been acting in this world, he did not have to be with Sugriv, right? He did not want anything from Sugriv. He was not involved in this world. We know how Hanumanji is. He is Ram Bhakt Hanuman. He is an elevated soul. He could have sit in one corner and chanted Ram's Naam. He could have sit in one corner and kept doing his Simran, kept doing his puja. What was his need to get involved in what was happening? What was his need to get involved between Bali and Sugriv? Now, when I look at Bali and Sugriv, I feel that Sugriv is us and Bali is the coronavirus. And so we are hiding and we are in Rishi Mukt Parvat, stranded in our house, hiding from the virus. I'm sorry. But this is what came to my mind. So now Hanumanji had no business, right? He could have sat in one corner, chanted the Lord's name and waited for the Lord to come. But did Hanumanji do that? Being the bhakt, being the devotee, being anasakt, he still stood there. He knew Bali was not right. He knew Sugriv was right. So he supported Sugriv. He was protecting Sugriv. He was following what Sugriv was saying. He was there for Sugriv. He was in action. All our sages, all our gurus, all our gods, none of them are inert entities. They act in this world. Krishna did not have any business to be in the battle between Pandavas and the Kauravas, right? उनकी आपस की लड़ाई थी. Krishna Bhagwan could have sat आराम से in his house. What was his big problem in life? No. When there was a Dharma Yudh, Lord Krishna came, his army came, everybody came. That's why Krishna is Krishna, right? He came and he fought. He stood by Dharma to fight Adharma. Lifting weapons is not important. We'll say now, what use was Krishna without lifting weapons? He was of use. Now we might say that what use are we if we cannot step out of the house? Of course, sitting in the house also you can be of great use to the society. But Krishna came. He said, I will serve. I will protect the Pandavas. I will fight against the Kauravas. I'll help you. I'll guide you. I'll be there. See, Krishna was not inert. Hanumanji is not inert. Ramji is not inert. Our sages were not inert. Guru Govind Dev, when I think about Guru Govind Dev and his 4 children, I will share the movie also with you. Please do watch it. When I think about him, I feel Guru aise hote hain. That is why we bow down in front of them, right? He had 4 sons. And when the battle was happening between him and the Mughals and all that, he could have kept his family inside, right? He could have kept his sons inside. He was kept inside. He said, no, I won't go. So the army went and they started fighting. And then his son said, no, we will go in the forefront. We will represent you. Two were old enough to fight in the battle. Two were young. Guru Gobind Dev said, go, fight. तुम्हारा घर में क्या काम है? लड़ो. Protect. Serve with the army. There is no difference between all the people that are in front of me and my children. He did not strive to protect the four. For him, every citizen, every army personnel, everybody was equal. Two of his sons died fighting in the war in front of his eyes. He was the king. He was not allowed to go. He wanted to go and fight, but they said, no, we need to protect you. You have to be safe. His wife and two of his younger children escaped somehow, and they got split, and the grandmother was there. And the story goes that these two young boys were caught by the Mughals. These two young boys were captured by the Mughals, and they said, you have to change your religion and you have to accept Islam. And it's a big story. See, I'm not talking about the religion aspect over here as of now. But these boys said, we are the son of that lion. We are the brothers of two lions who have given up their life. No matter what you do to us, we are not going to give in. We stand by our belief. We stand by our Lord. We are not going to do anything. Those little boys were threatened that we will actually bury you alive, chudwa denge. They said, we'll erect bricks and we'll put you in and you'll die, suffocate, jinda chudwa diya jayega. That also did not scare them. He said, do whatever you want. We are the sons of lions, the brothers of lions. We are also lions. They roared, those little boys. And that is what happened. उनको जिंदा चुनवा दिया गया था. Yet they did not die, and at the end they were taken out and their heads were severed. And the news went to Guru Gobind Dev. क्या उनका दिल नहीं दुखा था? But he was not selfish, right? He did not have such small boundaries that we make for ourselves. For us, our world is मेरे बच्चे, मेरा घर, मेरी पत्नी, मेरा परिवार, my children, my this, my that. My immediate family is my world. For Guru Gobind Dev, for Ramji, for Krishna, for all the sages and the gurus, the entire living and non-living entities are his. वो उनके हैं. There is no difference between their own child and somebody else's child. There is no difference between their babies and the other people's babies. There was no difference to him. He said, where so many died. And who was the mother? When they came to the mother, they said, ki 4 of your children are dead now. All your children died. She said, no. See, in front of me, so many of my children are still alive. Who said that my children died? That is when we put our heads down in front of these people, right? But the irony is, we appreciate them, we applaud them, we look up to them, but we don't want to become them. Ram was great, but I don't want to become Ram. Krishna was great, I don't want to become Krishna. Guru Gobind Dev was great, I don't want to become that Guru. वो है, वो great है. अरे नहीं भाई, हम ब्रह्मास्मि तत्त्वमसि, जो वो है वो तुम भी हो. There is no difference between them and you. What they could achieve, so can you. But that niyat and intention has to be there, right? That intention is not there. The problem is कि वो intention ही नहीं है. We have seen in front of our eyes, why go to the scriptures? We have seen in front of our eyes at trying times, people have done extraordinary things. And those people are remembered, those people are worshipped. Now Hanumanji had no business. He said, Tum jano Bali or Sugriv. For me, I am a spiritual person. All I want is Ram. Why should I put my head in something? Sab Prabhu Ichha hai na. Whatever is happening is God's will. So why should I interfere in God's will? Jo ho raha hai, acha ho raha hai. Jo hoga, acha hoga. Jo ho chuka, acha hua. Why should I bother? Nahi. Knowing everything is God's will, knowing everything will happen as per God's will, he did not stop working. He was serving Sugriv. And that was the test of the time. The Lord knows whom to meet and whom not to meet. Lord was not going to meet Sugriv. Lord was not going to find Sita. Lord was going to meet Shabri, and Lord was going to meet Hanuman. In spite of knowing everything, in spite of knowing that life is but a dream, they still serve to the best of their ability. He went to meet Hanuman. At that meeting of Ram and Hanuman, that first meeting, had Hanumanji decided, what should I do? How can I make an impact? Why does this all bother me? This is happening as for God will. Let them be. Jo hoga dekha jayega. They'll fight their own battles. Why should I get involved? And he would have been sitting in one cave in some corner. I doubt that Hanumanji would have met Ramji also. I have serious doubts. It is because he stood there doing his duty, working and serving and standing by what was right, that Hanumanji came and gave him darshan. Ramji came and gave him darshan. God helps those who help themselves. And that is why Lord got pulled by Hanumanji. He was pulled by Hanumanji. And when they met, the beauty of their meeting is beyond words. Hanumanji went down. He did not recognize the Lord. He went disguised and he said, why are you? What are you doing here? What is the objective of your visit and who has sent you? And Ramji understood everything. The words Hanumanji used, the way he talked, how he carried himself, how he questioned, how he respected, spoke volumes about Hanumanji's character. And Ramji told Lakshman, see, learn from him. Learn from him the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he articulates, the way he is inquiring is something worth learning. Lakshman, learn from Hanuman, learn from him, learn from him. Hanumanji did not recognize Ramji at that time. But Ramji knew this is Hanumanji, and the minute he said, Hum do Dashrath Putra hai, Hum do Dashrath Putra. Sita had come with us and she got stolen away, and now we are looking for her. That very minute when Ramji mentioned who he was, Hanumanji fell at the feet of Ramji. He said, oh my Lord, what a folly. I have been serving and I have been thinking about you and I have been remembering you and I have been desperate to meet you all my life. And when you came in front of me, I did not even recognize you. But I did not recognize you. That is okay. I am a mere mortal. But how did you not recognize me, my dear Lord? Aapko nahi pata chala ki I am Hanuman? Ramji recognized him. The Lord knows who his true devotee is and who is not. See, there is nothing hidden from the Lord. We cannot hide our intentions, our motives from the Lord. He is all-knowing. We can deceive people, but we cannot deceive him. And when your intentions are clear, your heart is kind, the Lord has no other way but to come. And that is how Hanumanji and Ramji met. So today we see that today a lot of people I see are praying to Sai Baba also, right? Sai Baba will come, he'll solve his problems, he'll do this. Agreed. But if we look at Sai Baba also, all his life, what did he do? He spent all his life serving, right? He did not sit by thinking, "ठीक है, everybody will get what they deserve. What should I do? Why should I intervene in the functioning of this universe?" No. Knowing everything is God's will, he served and he tried his best to make life better for all those who came and took shelter in him. That was Sai Baba, right? If we keep reading, if you read the Sai Satcharitra, the entire Sai Satcharitra talks about how Sai Baba served everybody and made their lives better. How he tried, how he was there for them. Being devotees of Sai Baba, are we not supposed to be acting like him and going out and serving in any way we can? Or should we just sit and spend all our time reading the Sai Satcharitra? वो पढ़ो ना, किसी ने मना नहीं करा. It is very essential. I feel that the scriptures and the Sai Satcharitra, all the chanting is very essential to purify us, to cleanse us. But we should remember these are the means, they are not the ends. End. It is a mean to the end. It is not the end. All this, all that we do, right? The prayers, the chanting, is to purify ourselves, right? To purify ourselves, to clean our heart. The layers of avidya, the veils of avidya, the veils of vikar, the veils of desires, the veils of vices which have gathered all around us, all this will help it clear, right? To reveal our true nature. All this, so suppose the mirror is dirty, we take a cloth and we clean it, okay? The purpose is not to clean the cloth, clean the mirror. The purpose is to remove the dirt from the mirror, right? But if we feel that no, my entire purpose is just to keep rubbing the mirror and clean the dirt, then it's wrong, right? And so, by doing all this, the vices are supposed to vanish. And the vices vanish. When the vices vanish, and we see the mirror, which is very clean and nice, and we put the mirror in front of us, what do we see? We are able to see ourselves clearly, right? And when the mirror of our heart has been cleaned, what do we see in that mirror? We see the Lord. Who is the Lord? Who is He? He is nothing but me. I am it. He is me. When I am the Lord, I am supposed to act in a way that the Lord would have acted in this situation. अगर राम जी अभी होते तो वो क्या करते? आज अगर कृष्ण होते तो वो क्या करते? गुरु गोविंद देव जी आज यहाँ खड़े होते तो वो क्या करते? That is what we are supposed to think. Put yourself in a situation. Suppose and say, if Hanumanji would have been here, what would he have done? And act accordingly. Make them your role models today. Make them your ideals. Whoever you believe in, if you are a Devi Bhakt, make that Devi your ideal and think, wow, she would have acted today in this current situation. Whoever you look up to, whichever God you worship, put that God in the situation and think, if they were here, what would they have done? You talk about resources, isn't it? Ramayana, oh my God, Ramayana has so much to teach us. We'll say, हमारे पास कुछ नहीं है, राम जी के पास कुछ भी नहीं था. What did he have when he went to fight and conquer Lanka? Ravan, that is the next thing we'll do. We'll do it in the next session. When Vibhishan came to Ramji and he said, my God, Ramji, you are standing here. You don't even have shoes. You don't even have armors. You don't even have a chariot. You are standing here. And look at Ravan. He is so well equipped. He has everything. How are you going to fight this battle and win? You just have monkeys around you who are carrying rocks and stones and trees as weapons. You have nothing with you, yet you are standing strong and bold that I will fight. What do you have to defeat Ravan? And when Ramji replies, that is something that we need to learn today. And that is something which we all have to evaluate. If we have that kind of a shield, a chariot, a weapon, then we are ready to fight this battle, isn't it? So Ramji tells us that you do not have to be well equipped. You do not have to have the wealth of the world. You do not have to have the powers and strengths to fight something or to be useful. Make use of whatever you have. He had only monkeys, so he fought the battle with monkeys and he won. He came out victorious. What is it that we have today that we can give to fight this battle? कुछ तो होगा ना हम सबके पास में. So the only thing is, today we have to just take a deep breath and sit down calmly. And instead of asking what others are doing for us, ask yourself what you can do for others, how you can serve, how you can help, how you can make a difference in your own way. And अगर अब नहीं किया तो फिर कब करोगे? And Ramji protected Sugriv, isn't it? He helped Sugriv, he served Sugriv. And Sugriv, after a point, forgot Ramji only and has promised towards Ramji. That is what we do, right? We forget the promise we make towards Lord in our good times. Lord gives us all that we have. The Lord helps us, He gives us a good life. And we tell Him that when need arises, we will serve by Lord, we will share by Lord. So the Lord gives us everything. So Sugriv was helped. Sugriv was helped by Lord. And he was given the palace, he was given the throne, Bali was overthrown. And then what happened to Sugriv was, he got so involved in his own life that he forgot the promise he had made Lord. He forgot the promise that he had made to the Lord to serve. And he reveled in his own existence, own being, own comfort. He did not think beyond himself. At that time again, when we read, Ramji had sent Hanuman again and Lakshman. They both went and they talked to Sugriv and got him back to his senses. See, Lord has given us everything. But like Sugriv, we have forgotten that we owe a lot to everybody else also. Today's session is but a reminder of our duties towards everybody around us. Let's sing the bhajan. Govind chale aao, Gopal गोपाल चले आओ, गोविंद चले आओ. One more thing before I go on with the bhajan. We all have a choice today. We are all faced with a choice. And this is my favorite verse from Shantara. And it is written by George David Robert. And it is said that, this person was being tortured in the most miserable manner. And he was screaming out of pain, and there was so much misery. At that time, this thought came to him, and I'll just read it out. It took me a long time and most of the world to learn what I know about love and faith and the choice we make. So what is it? It took me a long time and most of the world to learn what I know about love and faith and the choice we make. But the heart of it came to me in an instant. While I was chained in a wall and being tortured, I realized somehow through the screaming of my mind and even in the shackled, bloody helplessness, I was still free. Free to hate the men who were torturing me or to forgive them. It doesn't sound like much. It doesn't sound like much, I know. But in the flinch and the bites of the chain, when it's all you have got, that freedom is a universe of possibilities. And the choice you make between hating and forgiving can become the story of your life. So, and today, the choice you make between being helpless and serving can become the story of your life. The choice is always in my hand. No matter how bad the situation, it is my choice. It is my choice. My reaction to the situation, my action to the situation is in my control. What I do is in my control, and what I do not do is also in my control. Today there is a big choice, a big decision that you have to make. We all have to make. And the decision we make today will become the story of our life. When we look back to this time, we will say, yes, we did this. We did not lose our cool. We did not get scared. We did not. And even if we got scared, we still kept on walking. We still kept on serving. We still wanted to make a difference. We tried our best and we did the best we could. And this choice, nobody, no situation can take away from us. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram. गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ, गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ. मेरे मुरलीधर माधव नंदलाल चले आओ. मेरे मुरलीधर माधव नंदलाल चले आओ. गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ, गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ, गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। आँखों बेबसे हो तो धड़कन बेधड़कते हो। आँखों बेबसे हो तुम धड़कन बेधड़कते हो। कुछ ऐसा करो मोहन श्वासों में समा जाओ। कुछ ऐसा करो मोहन श्वासों में समा जाओ। आँखों में बसे हो तुम धड़कन में धड़कते हो। कुछ ऐसा करो मोहन श्वासों में समा जाओ। कुछ ऐसा करो मोहन श्वासों में समा जाओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। मुरलीधर माधव नंदलाल चले आओ। विंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। एक शर्त जमाने से प्रभु हमने लगाई है। एक शर्त जमाने से प्रभु हमने लगाई है। या हमको बुला लो तुम या खुद ही चले आओ। या हमको बुला लो तुम या खुद ही चले आओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। मेरे मुरलीधर माधव नंदलाल चले आओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। है अर्ज मेरे मोहन अब और न तरसाओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। गोविंद चले आओ, गोपाल चले आओ। God comes in various different forms. Today so many people are praying, Govind chale aao, Gopal chale aao. I would like to end this session with a real story. The real incidents that happened to my mother. And I'm very sure there would be a lot of incidents, a lot of events that would have happened in your lives when you felt that God came down to serve you and God came down to help you in your situation of need. I was in Lucknow. My mother had come to visit me while I was doing my MBA in Lucknow, and she stayed with me for a while, and then she was heading back to Indonesia. So when she was heading back, she was alone. So the people who were to drop her dropped her, and she was about to get on the train. And all her luggage was there, and she was holding her purse, and she has a tendency to carry all her jewelry and valuables with her in her own purse, and she holds it close to her. But it just so happened while she was trying to board, the purse slipped out of her hand and it fell on the track. And now there is a train. The siren has gone up Okay, that is almost, it is time for the train to almost start. This lady is alone, my mom. Her purse fell down on the track and she does not know what to do. She does not know whom to ask for help. And she looked around. She said, "Oh my God, how do I board the train? Everything I have is in my purse. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?" The thought was going on in her mind. And let me tell you here that she is a great devotee of Lord Hanuman. She feels that her Hanuman is always with her. So she was thinking about the Lord subconsciously. See, when you always think about the Lord consciously, when you make an effort, so when you are in a situation of trials or you're in trouble, automatically the Lord comes to your mind. Nobody else does. So probably Hanuman came to her mind, and I'm sure it did. And suddenly there was a coolie. He came from nowhere. He jumped down on the track. Just imagine, the train is about to start. It was very risky. He jumped down on the track. He picked up her purse. He gave her the purse. He held her hand and he made her climb the train. And my mother looked at him and he joined his hands and he said, "Ram Ram." Now who was he? Was he Hanuman? For my mother, he was Hanuman who had come to help her. So the Lord comes in various forms. Let us show that the Lord comes to all the people who need Him. Let us show to the world that goodness still prevails. When you call out, when you say, "Govind chale aao, Gopal chale aao." When you call from his heart, he comes. He might not come with a murli in his hand or a mukut on his head. He comes in various forms. He can come like you, he can come like me, and he can come like anybody else. In the time of need to serve, he comes. For everybody who is calling the Lord, let us give them faith that your call is being heard. Let that Lord act through me in the world around me. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hanuman. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman ki. Bolo Bajrang Bali ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Shri Krishna.